Peter MacKay has lots of experience in Ottawa and is one of Andrew Scheer's harshest critics.
People did not want to talk about women's reproductive rights. They didn't want to talk about revisiting the issue of same-sex marriage. And yet that was thrust onto the agenda and hung around Andrew Scheer's neck like a stinking albatross, quite frankly.
The 54-year-old once led the former Progressive Conservative Party. It merged with Stephen Harper's Canadian Alliance to become the Conservative Party of Canada.
We need someone who's not a career politician.
Erin O'Toole ran for the party leadership back in 2017 and placed third. The 47-year-old, former lawyer and Royal Canadian Air Force navigator, is pitching himself as the candidate who offers the West the strongest voice. Leslyn Lewis is the only woman in the race, a 49-year-old Toronto lawyer. She ran unsuccessfully for a seat in the 2015 federal election.
I would abolish the carbon tax.
She's gained some momentum in recent weeks. Derek Sloan is a first-time MP. The 35-year-old's campaign is mostly focused on opposing abortion and defending conversion therapy.
Theresa Tam, we sent an email out today asking, does she work for Canada or for China?
He also called for Canada's top doctor, Theresa Tam, to be fired. Now, all of them, of course, vying to replace the outgoing leader, Andrew Scheer, who some Conservatives say overstayed his welcome.
I just informed my colleagues in the Conservative caucus that I will be resigning as the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. And I've asked...
When Scheer hands over the reins of the party, he will have been leader for 39 tumultuous months. Since losing the last federal election, Scheer has been at the center of a series of controversies, including not renouncing his U.S. citizenship, the revelation that party executives didn't know he'd arranged a deal for the party to pay for his children's private school, and his charges that Justin Trudeau is letting fraudsters and criminals abuse federal aid programs set up because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, there has been nothing typical, usual about this race, almost from the time it got started. Evan, tell me about that.
Well, this has been the COVID campaign for the start. You can't go out there hustling. Everyone's been isolated. That's been difficult. It's even strange that there is a leadership debate. Look, after the last election, Andrew Scheer won more seats. Jagmeet Singh lost seats. Jagmeet Singh has a job. Andrew Scheer is out of a job. Why? Because he couldn't make a breakthrough in Quebec. He couldn't manage expectations. As Peter MacKay once said, he couldn't score on a breakaway on an open net, so they booted him. So now Peter MacKay, who last night, Erin O'Toole dubbed yesterday's man. You can't win today. In return, and watch for that today, and in return, Peter MacKay said, you're angry, man. You've become a very angry guy. You're angry at everything, taking Canada back. So we'll see how those two, they're the perceived front runners. They are going to go at each other hard tonight on all sorts of issues, specifically on social conservative issues. But here's what else to look for. The two other candidates, Derek Sloan and Leslyn Lewis, are virtual unknowns. Leslyn Lewis, not even an MP, and Derek Sloan is a rookie MP. They have to introduce themselves. Now, Derek Sloan's had a lot of press, most of it controversial, often bad press for his hardcore, hard-right stances on everything from immigration, LGBTQ issues, as you outlined. But tonight could be a breakout night for Dr. Leslyn Lewis. Incredibly well-educated. She's a mom. She is someone, though she defines herself as a social conservative, I've spoken to her, she's incredibly articulate about it, not the way, for example, not a polarizing manner like Derek Sloan, who's trying to be polarizing. And she's someone who didn't have a chance to shine last night. She has no French. I would say tonight, look for Leslyn Lewis. I don't think she's got a shot to win because the two front runners are way out ahead. She could be a breakout star tonight and someone who becomes a very influential and powerful voice in the Conservative Party. Why? Because she could appeal to immigrants, to a diverse population, and make social conservative issues. And they could be the kingmaker, social conservatives here. That's Erin O'Toole's whole strategy, the down-ballot strategy, like Andrew Scheer, to get social conservatives to vote for him on a second ballot. But she makes those issues far less controversial than Derek Sloan. And I'm really intrigued to see how she performs tonight, Merella.